My first love of food came from probably back in 1988, I think it would have been. Back in the days, Dad was really proud because he used to send us to school with lunch, he made lunch. I mean, he did really, really well, don't get me wrong, it was fantastic. But he used to make this sandwich, I used to call it the fridge, because it would have a minimum of at least 9 or 10 things in it, and it would have last night's mince with cheese and beetroot, lettuce, hundreds and thousands, tomato sauce, you name it, it was just in it, and it was everything. And used to pull this thing out of the bottom of this bread bag, because there's no glad wrappers in a tip-top bag, and you go, oh my lord, this is soggy mess, and sort of made me decide that possibly I might have to start looking at it myself. So yeah, it's sort of where it all started, I reckon. The first one I think I really did, and I look back on it now and it sort of makes me cringe because I'm like, oh shooks, did I cook that? I entered an Apprentice Chef of the Year competition and did this venison with an orange beurre blanc, and it was cracked pepper venison with orange beurre blanc. So 1970s with these vegetables, but it just sticks in my mind, do you know what I mean? The biggest moment was going to the UK and spending sort of 3 years cooking in kitchens over there. And so that was my first opportunity to really think and, think about how flavours work, textures and what they do. You've got to have a passion for it. If you haven't, then you're in the wrong game. You've got to love it, you've got to want it, you've got to feel it. Never start anything without the end in mind. I left London in end of 99, came back, spent 2 years at O'Connell Street Bistro, then I went into business with Chris, who's the owner, and we set up Prime in the PricewaterhouseCoopers Tower. It was all about making it to order. I never bought anything, so I was like, well, why am I going to buy bread when I don't buy anything else? I make it, so let's make bread. So I went out and learned how to make bread, and sort of away we went, So we made all our own, baps, paninis, hot cross buns, all our own Danish pastries, the whole lot, everything that was in there, we, made. So we were baking about 13 to 15 different breeds a day at a small restaurant kitchen. Just sort of came home one night and said to my wife, I said, I reckon we should start a bakery. And she said, are you mad? And I said, probably. There was a lot of trial and error, sort of rented a garage out the back of Oda Hill, or it was a garage, really, 100 square metres, and sort of set it up the way I thought would be a good way to go. And yeah, it took 3 weeks off work at Prime, set it up, went back to work, and away we were running. Because it was being a 24-hour business, my phone could go at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, and you're answering phone calls. And so it was pretty mad. Yeah, plenty of times I think I came home and said to Kate, look, nah, I had enough. But I wasn't going to be beaten really at the end of the day. I refused to fail. Sure, we failed at some things along the way, but really in general refused to fail. Yeah, here we are, sort of 6 years down the track. No restaurant, no espresso bar, just a bakery.